Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Yeah, I know.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
I see project branding logo, that's on here.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar.
Really cool. We're also gonna change the kickstand now, guys. Alright, let's take a quick look at the. Hopefully I'm all good, guys. I rolled over something.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Yeah, I know.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
I see project branding logo, that's on here.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar.
Really cool. We're also gonna change the kickstand now, guys. Alright, let's take a quick look at the. Hopefully I'm all good, guys. I rolled over something.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Yeah, I know.
What's good? What's good, everybody? Hit that thumbs up if you're here, you're tuning in, you're watching. Would truly appreciate it. I'll just let this run one more time and then we can chat.
That's on here.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar.
Really cool. We're also gonna change the kickstand now, guys. Alright, let's take a quick look at the. Hopefully I'm all good, guys. I rolled over something.
What's good, everybody? Mike is in the building. Welcome to another Freestyle Sunday, more like Super Bowl Sunday. Super excited to have you guys on. Whoever's here, I'm super excited. We're going to keep the show just as exciting, whether we have a big crowd or a little crowd, because we appreciate everyone tuning in. So that's a huge deal. And as we know, today is Super Bowl Sunday, and most people are out there doing what they do best, is enjoy some football with their family. So we all know that, who's playing? Bengals and the Rams. So A's in the building watching inside. So most of my family are big sports fans. So I usually watch for the food and kind of hang out and just do the normal thing. But I kind of figured today's a very busy day and some people weren't able to make it on as a guest. And I thought it'd be the perfect opportunity for us to kind of just hang out, do some Q&As, talk about a few things. I'm hoping to pick up a bike this week, so we'll kind of talk about that a little bit, if there's stock for the motorcycle. So I'm thinking, why not just log on? Because I want to break the one live stream per week ritual. So I want to make sure that we continuously doing that. That way we don't drop the ball and we keep a flow of things. I also, at least based on algorithm, a lot of people are watching this way after that it's uploaded or before the live, so why not? So you can still enjoy Football Sunday and then come back and watch the video, but if you are tuning in later down the line, you're gonna definitely want to hit that thumbs up. Again, it helps with the algorithm, guys. I always appreciate everyone tuning in. So I'm just gonna start by like jumping in through the comment, guys, and just yeah, saying what's up, man. 5 Up is in the building. Hello to you, sir. I'm actually very surprised. I'm like, my expectation for today was basically very little to no people will show up because of Super Bowl. But I'm like, they'll watch later or maybe just listen to it. But whoever's here is going to make a perfect time for us to kind of have a conversation about bikes or ask personal question where we could kind of spend more time answering stuff or going in depth with the questions. Also, we have Buds. I can't even say your name. This is like the third time I've seen you on the stream. I always butcher it. Probably gonna write that in like specific so I could say it correctly. I think it's Buds You know what? I'll just say buds. What's up, man? Governor D Nice, another regular we have in the building here. Oh, that's me. Yeah, man. Thank you, Governor D Nice. Always appreciate you coming on, man, saying what's up. So, of course, we have the legend. Ebe is in the building, of course, spending time with family, so he couldn't be on yet for tonight. So that's kind of cool. More people are coming on, which is great. Oh, man, some of the usual suspect, man. He just finished snow blowing. Oh, my God. Last week, I had snow up to my hip, so I am not excited. It's actually snowing right now outside of the outside, so I'm not looking forward to doing any kind of shoveling or snow blowing, so that's that. And to make things more interesting, yesterday was almost 60 degrees, so it's kind of a weird thing we're having with weather, but I'll take it where it's nice, man. Let's see what we got here. Let me see. First question off. RIP. Opinion on Triumph Street Triple and Vincent Leathers. Ooh, what's the story with that? Why are you saying RIP to Triumph Street Triple? It's a beautiful bike. I know a lot of people like that bike a lot. It's known as a Swiss Army bike that has been going hard on pretty much the MT-07. The Monster line has been having a lot of issues keeping up with the Street Triple. So I'm kind of interested to hear what your thought on this, because that bike is super popular amongst a lot of people. It's not the most powerful bike, but a lot of people love that bike for the versatility and the power delivery. So we'll talk about that. Let's see what we got here. 6 humans watching, 6 likes. You're 100% son. I'll take it. And if you're watching later, do that as well. Guys, I did drop a video today, earlier on the day. Again, I'm still trying to keep up with the same routine of triple content a week, a short, regular upload, whether it's a motor vlog review or product review, and then the stream. So that's putting me in the 3 category upload. I'm hoping to add a 4th, because I think this is where I kind of lack a little bit outside of thumbnail work. So we could talk a little bit about that. I definitely need to kind of work on that. But frequency of upload is probably a huge thing for me, basically, from what I'm reading from YouTube, that I have to put in a lot more work, and balancing the time frame to work on projects and motivation projects and my personal and then professional work. It's a lot of work. I'll even jump into a story where we talk about that newest video I shot for QuadLock. I actually had to shoot that twice, thanks to Life with Anna B. After we started reviewing some of the shots that was done and my performance, she was like, I don't know, I don't think this is good. We have to redo it. And I think I know what ended up happening. So here's my routine, guys. I'll just kind of pull this off the screen real quick and kind of talk about this. So here's my routine. So basically, you do your usual. I spend time with my family when I'm home, walk my dog and stuff like that, do house stuff. And then, of course, you go to your professional work. By the time you come home, you know, have dinner with your family. Then now I have to work on either conceptualizing an idea for a project. So usually moto vlogging. My nose was dripping for a second. Usually moto vlogging is a little bit more different. I kind of have ideas and I have them on my phone. I kind of go over them and set a time pace. But for a project like the QuadLock video that I just released, if you haven't watched it, watch it. I think it's one of my best videos I've done so far, because it pretty much sums up everything I've learned through the years of doing YouTube, camera work, production, and performance all together. So check it out. Hit the thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Comment too, that'd be dope. But yeah, so right after, you know, dinner, walking my dog, you know, maybe watch a movie with Anna, I would probably go in and start jotting down, well, pretty much throughout my professional work day, in between like lunch break and clients and stuff like that, I would probably jot down ideas, how I'm going to shoot things. I kind of plan it out, do little doodles and stuff like that. Just kind of, because the more preparation work that you have, the faster you can go through a video, or at least more efficiently you can do it. So I get home. I was pretty energized to walk my dog, came back, jumped into the garage. And what kind of killed me is the fact that with every setup that you guys are seeing, let me just kind of show you this real quick, right? So if you guys look right here behind me, what up? Okay, right behind me. If you look where I'm pointing up here, this is my overhead setup. I'm gonna do a video where I do a tour of pretty much, YouTube studio / garage, my little small thing. So I basically take a 2-car garage and make it like a studio / place where I work. I don't even put my car in here anymore. I just basically cover it if something is important. Yeah, my overhead setup is here. And here I do the stream, and you can see this is where my display monitors. Right above, this is where my basically my backdrops, like green screen, black screen, red screen, and stuff. So it's kind of all set up. And if you go towards this side of the garage, that's another setup station that I do for motivations videos specifically. That way, instead of constantly breaking things down, putting things back up, or just having multiple cameras, it saves a ton of time to kind of do it in that manner. So I ended up coming home, did the unboxing. I love those shots. I did some of the B-rolls, some of the cinematic stuff. Went back in, had dinner, chatted up a little bit, came back out, and I'm just like working, because every single shot you do, you basically set everything up, lighting, make sure everything looks right, make sure the pacing is correct, and then I do the install. And I went back inside. I'm like, oh, I'm chill for a little bit, blah, blah, blah. But even though I felt pretty fatigued, I'm like, I'm just going to finish the video. I'm just going to power through it. And that was like the biggest mistake. So I stayed up, worked on the video till probably like 2 in the morning, which I had a sucky day the following day, because I think with every birthday, sleeping is becoming so good now. It's like, before I'd stay up all night, do whatever. But I feel like sleeping is like super essential now. So, but yeah, we reviewed I organized everything. I did the pre-cuts, and then both Ann and I over breakfast before going to work, previewing everything, just kind of like scamming through it, and we were hearing it. So it's more like about pacing and performance. And she was like, nah, I don't think that sounds like someone that's been doing this for a long time. So of course I'm like, fuck. So throughout the entire day and work day, I'm like, fuck, I gotta redo this again. And then, lo and behold, making the story short, I'm kind of going pretty long. I'm glad I just deleted it. I deleted the whole thing and just reshot it when I came home fresh. And it came out a way better video. So you guys tell me what you think if you watched the video and you drop a comment. Futuristic Viper, another regular. Man, what's up, man? What did you cook for Super Bowl Sunday? I'm actually not even there. Donna's here. She's inside, but I'm in the garage. But what's up, Donna May? Let's see what you have here. Oh my God! Why would you have to say it's my birthday, man? Oh my Jesus! It's not my birthday yet. My birthday's coming around, but I'm not, I guess I'll put it up. She had to be the one person that's gonna say it's my birthday. I don't like to kind of say anything about any of those things. How embarrassing is that? I probably shouldn't have clicked that. But she would have been busting my chops later. Why didn't you click my comment? I said something nice. Good looks, man. Yes, sir. Thank you guys for all the nice birthday wishes. I never forget my children's birthday. Happy early birthday. Yo, he's... You know what, Eve? We're gonna have to do like a SmackDown. If I win, then I've passed being your son. I'll bring the Street Fighter, or maybe the next bike I get, we could do that. See, Futuristic Vipers mentioning you don't watch football. You look like you could be a football player, though. Funny story about Eve. I feel like I'm always kind of somewhat talking about this guy when he's here. But if you watch one of his other live stream, he mentioned he was not good at sport. He was pretty much a guy that was good in school, which is cool. Always good to see, man. I think we don't kind of highlight that stuff when it's like a black guy. So that's kind of cool. Us smart guys win too, guys. You don't have to all be football players, basketball players, or rappers. So just saying. I don't want to go to Yo, Happy Born Day by Donnie. Let's see what I got here. Typical stuff. All right, that's Asia's talking about food that we're doing for tonight. I guess later I'll eat. I love the game. I have the time to watch. All right, let's see. Hey, Mike, what's your favorite motorcycle game? Motorcycle game? Shit, I don't really play motorcycle video games, man. I think a lot of them are simulators. And if you're not a professional playing those simulators, it feels like... it's way too difficult, and it doesn't feel like it's the real experience. But I think Now I'm actually thinking of grabbing the MotoGP game and trying that simulation and see how I like it. I'm a big Gran Turismo fan though. I like that. So yeah, maybe I'll give that a shot. Let's see here. 5 Up is collecting a multi-straddle V4 Pikes Peak soon. Oh shit. That's the Boss ADV bike of 2022. So you think Ducati's dethroning BMW? I don't know. That's a tough one, man. I know you have a GS that you love. It's actually your favorite bike, to my understanding, out of everything that you have. So let's see here. Yeah, my birthday's coming up, dude. It's not actually today, but it's right around the corner. I'm trying not to spill anything. Oh man. She says it. She say it in the chat. Thanks, babe. Very nice. Very nice. My next bike will be coming. He will be coming twice. It'll be coming within a month or so. It's been ordered and it's a 2022. Fancy. Let's see what we got here, man. But let's see here. Your QuadLock video was top notch. I used RAM at first and it ruined my camera. So I upgraded to QuadLock, and after a year, I've had no problem. Plus, I enjoy your shorts/reviews. Yeah, man, I'm actually really enjoying the YouTube shorts. I've learned a lot doing YouTube shorts, more than I learned within a year of doing YouTube, I think. Because, again, I talk about this all the time. People say, do what you want, do it on YouTube. I think, I guess I probably should not even say I think. I know pacing needed work. Shorts don't really require thumbnails. That I've gotten feedback from Ebe about my thumbnail. I got feedback from Chase about my thumbnails. But I think when they told me, I was either too young in the game where it kind of flew over my head a little bit. Now that I'm thinking about it and looking at analytics a lot closer, I'm being a lot more careful with that stuff and being a little bit more reserved, or the way I design it and style it. So, you know what? I'll just pull up some thumbnail, just kind of see. We could see what's like really good ones. Give me a second here. Oh, Dynamine also mentioned here. I also have a QuadLock. It just needs to be installed on my next bike. Yeah, man, for sure. So one thing that's great here, guys, I did partner with QuadLock years ago, and I've had them on my bikes for across all the bikes I have, and they've been really great. Before using them, I used to break my phone pretty frequently during the summertime, whether I forgot it on my seat or I didn't clip it on, I forgot to put it in my pocket. Since then, I think through the years, I haven't damaged a single phone, but they are sending me a couple more packages, and hopefully we can make this an official ambassador deal with them. I did talk to them about that since I've been doing videos for a while, but I've been pretty low-key, but I've made that pretty apparent. That's what I want to do moving forward if they want to work with the channel, which would be great. Again, another thing I learned, be very clear, be concise on what you want, or just keep it moving. Mike, I think you are in for a treat with Gran Turismo 7 next month. Yeah, man, PS5. Looking forward to it. Hopefully it's as good as the older ones. Let's see here. Oh, Wilfred. Oh, what's up, man? He's from Instagram. We've actually met, I think, a couple of times in a couple of events out here in New York. Happy early birthday. Wish you much success. Keep doing your thing. Enjoy the live streams. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Whether you guys are watching the streams when they're live, you dropping comments, all these engagement or the thumbs up, they all help with the algorithm. That's pretty much the only way to kind of reboot the channel. And I've actually considered deleting the channel and starting from fresh, because that way there's no preconceived notion to what the channel does and what we do. Because what's difficult about where I'm at, the channel was doing okay before I disappeared. Coming back, YouTube is relearning that, oh, this person's a normal uploading person that's consistent, so we're going to keep on suggesting his work, so see what people, if they like it or not. And I think it takes a lot of digging out of the dirt to get that done. And I mean, I'm actually going to do a video here on this as well. My channel was hemorrhaging subs to the point where I'm like, oh shit, this is wild. I don't know what's going on. I'm uploading, I'm working, I'm doing better stuff. I feel like my pacing within the first 10, 12 seconds of the videos are good, but it's just tanking. What's happening, at least I think, is that since I've been here for a long time, there's a lot of dead subs on my channel, or people that subscribe that never really watches. That never really watches the channel anymore. Or some people, when I came back, they're starting to see, oh, this guy's back. I realize I don't really like his videos as much. So a lot of these people are actually dropping off. And for this specific reason, I don't even promote my videos anymore across Instagram, Facebook, anything else. I'm solely focused on just YouTube, uploading it there, whether it's 100 view, 500, 1,000 view. I take that flat, like, I'll take it. That way the algorithm really understands that if that's the actual case, that I'm consistently working, people are consistently watching, suggestions are working. People that subscribe, not a lot are coming back watching. I think that a lot of them are dead. So I just saw the dip of like almost 100 subscribers down. I mean, that shit could break your spirit pretty quick. When you think you're doing well, you came back and you're doing your thing, and you're starting to see you drop down like 100 subs. I'm like, I'm not going to focus on that too much. I know what I'm doing. I know what I want to do. I just saw the sub recently just capped off from the negative, starting to bump back up to the positive. So he's hoping I'm giving it till pretty much maybe March to see if there's any flex, you know, because some of those things don't happen overnight. They don't happen really quickly. Again, it's a system. So the more you guys watch, the longer you watch the videos, of course that matters, or you thumb it up and engage in it, all that stuff is going to help. That's how we're going to make things happen or revamp things a little bit. There we go. Wish they had colored cases. Even a clear case would be nice. Buds, that's a great comment that you made. And hopefully, so I'll just kind of show you guys this real quick. I don't like to do this, but QuadLock did message me, by the way. There we go, guys. Hopefully you can kind of see this. Oh, shit. That's kind of rough to see. Sorry. Lots of lighting here, guys. Okay, never mind. So I'll just read it out to you. They basically mentioned great vid. Glad you're enjoying the new Pro mount, right? You know, we love receiving your feedback. That was the main thing I was trying to show. So they love the fact that I mentioned about the case, because I felt the very same thing, having multiple cases, different styles, different colors. The official dual locking mechanism case is pretty cool. Let me see if this will focus. Yeah, it's pretty cool, and it does the job, really. And I just feel like when you're at work or elsewhere, having this big, you know, black rubberized case tend to kind of, you know, nick your style a little bit. I'd much prefer maybe some car. Now that they're doing CNC machine black aluminum, that looks really sleek. It looks great on the bikes. I think it's time to kind of upgrade. Maybe the lever could be carbon fiber. The cases could be carbon fiber. So there's room for opportunity. I did mention that, and they did mention they are taking that feedback, and they're sharing it with the production team as well. So hopefully that makes a dent, right? So you could even drop that in the comment, because they do see it. They do read pretty much anything and everything. So, by the way, guys, if you guys know the score for the game, definitely drop it in there. I wouldn't mind knowing what it is while we're here. So, yeah, if you guys have any good questions you want to ask, or you want to know about, or you want to kind of engage in a conversation, drop it in the comment section or in the live chat, and then we'll talk about it. So the whole thing here is I'm thinking of grabbing a bike this week. I guess the cat's a little bit out of the bag. It was gonna be like a birthday bike, because A's like, oh, you know, we could try to get you a bike for your birthday or whatever. And I'm like, nah, I don't really want anything kind of super expensive, especially if somebody else is gifting it to you or whatever. So it's gonna be a little weird to kind of expect something expensive. So the problem I'm having is availability. There's a huge, I guess you guys know, because of the whole cough thing, availability for motorcycles or parts and stuff like that tend to be few and far in between. So I am looking into. I don't want to kind of give too much. I hate to kind of speculate and be like, oh yeah, this is coming, and then it never happened. That kind of sucks, and then you look like a bit of a liar or something weird. But it's not the case at all. So I'm actually taking pretty much most of the week off. Guess since my birthday or whatever, and we're probably just gonna hang out and shop and chill. I'm gonna jump into a couple of dealerships and see if they have the bike so I can actually grab it. But if you guys could guess what it is, you could definitely drop it in the live chat or in the comment section if you're watching this later. Let me know what do you think I'm looking to buy, or at least to get. Oh, man. Okay, Governor D. Nice mentioned it is halftime right now. And Rams, sorry, I thought it said, oh yeah, 13-10 Rams. Okay. Oh, so you guys are watching two things. So shout out to you all for tuning in, man. That's really dope that you guys not only you're enjoying the sports, you still here watching me chat up about bikes, man. I appreciate that. That's pretty cool. Hold on here. I have another comment. We'll drop that in. Why is this showing myself? That's kind of weird. Oh, that's kind of weird. You're using myself as a thumbnail. That totally just tripped me out for a second. That's so wild. Matthew Smith undercover. I've been watching your videos for the past 3 years, and I've got to say, I'm disappointed there's not even one video on how in 2007 you was caught in 4K with a 5-year-old in a hotel. What the fuck? I'm reading this super seriously, and I'm like processing it, and I'm like, oh, why is that? So, what the fuck? That is so, and he has my picture in it. That is a total troll. I'm like, what? What are you talking? I'm thinking that it's gonna go towards like, I'm surprised you don't have a video of you doing this. Something actually real. Oh my god, that was. What is wrong with you guys, man? That is so wild. All right, finally grabbing the super bike. Panigale for the win. Ooh, that'd be nice. It's gonna be a lot of red though. A lot of red. You know what's so funny? I'm so on the fence about getting another Ducati. Not because they're bad or anything like that. I think the 2022 model for the Panigale was not a full revamp. That was a light retouch that they did. That line, the Panigale line, have been out for, I think, running on 5 years, 5 to 6 years now. Usually in the 5th year, they do a Super Leggera version. No, sorry, not a Super Leggera, a Speciale. No, is this a Speciale or Super Leggera? Comment in the comment section. I'm losing touch with all this Ducati stuff. I think they do a Speciale version, and then they do the completely new iteration. So I think next year you might see a whole new Panigale V4S. But I spoke to my good buddy, 5 Up. He doesn't think that Ducati's going to move from this line anytime soon. It is ultra successful. They're constantly winning. Everyone loves that bike. There's very few to no little complaints about the bike being too hot or being uneasy to ride. It's pretty much all accolades, so it's a little difficult to see them. They would really need to do something extremely out of the box to kind of trump the Panigale line. And I don't know, can they do a bike that looked better than this bike? I mean, hold on one second. Let's just kind of pull this up real quick, guys. Let me see. There's a couple of more. Yeah, let me pull this up, and then from there I'll. Yeah, I'm just gonna pull it up real quick. Yo, they always with the cookies every time you go to the site. Oh, Jesus Christ, with these cookies, man. Gotta be killing me. Let's see here. We don't want the cookies. You seen that meme when I don't want the cookies. I don't want the cookies. Yeah, let me might as well just put you guys on as my connection's pretty fast enough. I could throw this on here. So let's take a look. Super Leggera Panigale. All right, you guys get to see these beautiful Ducati prices, guys. Ugh. By the way, I did make that beautiful Ducati prices. The Skip Bayless one, 21,000. V2, 17,000. Oh, 17,400. V4 is going to be 23. By the way, just keep in mind, guys, when you buy these bikes, the price you're seeing like a 24, you're more like 29. Okay, so heads up. Yeah, here's the V4S. This is what sorry, kind of jump between two here. This is what I really like. Of course, the cookies. Nope, I don't want you to see my freaking location. Thanks. Yeah, I don't think they could do. I mean, I shouldn't say I don't think they could, man. I mean, this bike is really beautiful. But I gotta say though, to be completely honest, I'm a little bit fanboyish about this bike. I don't know if it's a bike that I would be riding on a daily basis where I'm like, oh my God, I love my super bike. You guys know me. I do like beautiful bikes, but I do like comfort and enjoying my bike. Buying a bike at that price point, I'd feel a little guilty because if I'm spending that much and I get pretty fatigued riding in and I don't ride it as much, no matter what you see, even though my bikes are always clean or whatever, I'm always riding them. They're always pretty much active, man. There is little bruise scuffs on them and stuff. I'm not like keeping them like mint perfect and stuff, but I think it's more of a thing where I just love this bike. You know, the look of it so much that I feel like I have to have one. I think also a little bit of pressure. I'm not even gonna lie to you, maybe a little bit of YouTube pressure to have a super bike. I think doing motorcycle content, the Ebe also mentioned this to me. You gotta have a super bike, even 5-ups. That you have to have one of these bikes. So I think to some degree that might play a little bit into it, whether it's the Ducati or or BMW. You know what I mean? But really beautiful bike. Oh, that's 30,000. Yeah, 30,000. So you might be looking at maybe 35,000 out here in New York, maybe. Really beautiful bike. Yeah, I mean, there is not a single bad angle on this motorcycle that you can catch, and that's the big. Oh, I don't know if you guys noticed, if you see here, right in this little section, all these cutouts is just to allow the bike to breathe and get a lot more air a lot easier. So they are improving a lot. That means Ducati is well aware that a lot of people have been complaining about the whole heat issue. I think that might have been another reason outside of them peaking with the L-twin engine or V-twin, whichever one you want to call, of them getting the most amount of power out of their bikes, because they've capped off. Outside of that engine was breathing a lot of heat. So I think with the new setup, they can make the bike run a lot cooler, more power. So there's a little bit of that benefit as well. But that's what you're seeing here. Those vents allowing you to breathe a lot better. But it's a beautiful motorcycle. I think it'd be more of a showpiece for me to get this bike and be like, yeah, I got that bike. That'd be kind of cool. But lots of them, man. All right, let me just kind of pull this up back here. All right, futurist biker Mike, do you name your bikes? You know what's so weird? I get that question all the time. You know what's so funny? Here's a good story. I remember I used to go pick up from her office, and I would ride either one of the bikes and stuff. And whenever I'm just kind of hanging out outside, women would always come to me. It's like a girl thing. That's the only time women actually approach me about motorcycles, by the way. No, I think I've had a couple of other times, but not very, very often. But then again, I think the girls only just approach because I'm very handsome. I don't know if you guys know it, but I'm really handsome in real life compared to the cameras. The cameras, you know, it's okay over here. But in real life, though, don't, hide your wife, your auntie, your cousins. Just keep them away. Yeah, but I would have women would always come to me asking me what's the name of my bike. It's always been girls that come to me and ask me that question, but I do not have names for them for the bikes. I don't know. I guess I never really got into that, and I guess I should name them. Really, I have like odd names that I like. You know what I mean? Odd names that I like. And I'm sure my wife's gonna be like, "Oh, so why are you calling your bike that? Is that a girl that you really like? You trying to smash?" So something crazy like that, but I don't know. But I've had a couple of names that I really like from women I've met that I would probably use their name I really like a lot. But I guess we'll keep that on the low unless I start naming them or whatever. Here we go. We have Steve Yo Lex. You're getting a BMW S1000R or RR unless you are a Ducati Ambassador. Dude, I don't think there's any Ducati ambassadors, man. The only Ducati, first of all, if anybody was going to be a Ducati ambassador, it'd be two people. Actually, yeah, it'd be two people. I'd say 100%. It'd be Ebe and Jerry Campese. So they have all of the top bikes. They have some of the most expensive version of the bikes, and they do amazing press work, and they kind of, I guess, put the bike on a level, and they highlight some of the pros about the bike, how fast they are. I mean, that's not really the kind of stuff that I do. My lane's a little bit different, but I'm hoping to change that a little bit this week. Not this week, I mean, like this season. But yeah, it'd be them. But I don't think Ducati needs anyone to sell their motorcycles. It's like a no-go zone. Unless you're a girl, you're hot, you're beautiful. Even, I don't know if you guys saw my stream where I had Laura Craft on. She's been to a Ducati event. They just started their channel, and they're already inviting all the three of the girls there. They did like an all Ducati monster ride. I think it's an Italian thing, you know what I mean? So it's a tough thing to jump into, and that's one of the things I think Triumph is beating Ducati in. Triumph is embracing the culture, YouTube, motovlogging, not just professional reviewers. They're really embracing people that love their bikes, that buy their bikes, do videos about them, and talk about them and share the passion. And that's the funny thing, though. It's like a logo, share the passion. I think, or not logo, a motto. I would think in the space we're currently at the moment, even though they are winning. They're winning a lot of trophies and stuff for their bikes and stuff like that. They're getting tons of accolades. But the impact that, I guess it's kind of hard to say us everyday average people, because not every single people, I think I'm pretty normal average guy. I'm just saying some of the people that have the Superleggeras, the V4Rs and stuff, some of these really high-end bikes, really helped them sell a lot. I've been to events and stuff where I hear people talking, they're mentioning who they saw, what they bought, calipers, levers. I know some people are just completely like pretending like this stuff is not happening. But if there were statistics to kind of show, I'm sure they have analytics that shows where some of their revenues are coming from. I'm sure there's a huge bulk of that's coming. But Triumph is really, really doing that. And I think that's something that Ducati could learn from. But then again, I don't want to go too dark here, but we might as well talk about this. This is the stream. We talk about anything, anybody, everything. We don't shy away from it. I believe one of the biggest thing that happened with Ducati that had a negative impact, if I didn't say the words correctly, impact. And I would be like, remember that one time you said impact? There's a T in it. She's one of those. One of the biggest things that impact Ducati, and I think the vlogging and motorcycling community about like partnership, I think if you look back, Snowcat. Now, I'm not bashing on anyone. I'm not saying anything bad. Now, Snowcat had a hypermotard that was plagued with issues. A lot of problems, a lot of ups, a lot of downs. And he was pretty vocal about it. And, he had a huge following. In that time frame, he had a huge following. Lots of people were following him, listening to some of his videos. Actually, I wonder what happened to him. I don't think he even uploaded anymore. But he was super vocal about his issues. Now, this is not to take away anything of his issues he had with his bike. Because I would feel some type of way if I spent 20 grand on a bike, $18,000, $20,000 on a bike, and it's giving me issues. Now that's step one, okay? Step two, it's giving you issues. You're not getting any solution. Dealership is not giving you the support. You partner with the brand itself. You're climbing the ladder. Hey guys, this is what's happening. Basically, we're building a level of problems, of frustration that's building up. And you have to remember, he's also doing this for work. He's producing content with it. So that's setting his pockets back. That's setting a whole other things back. And the frustration level is up to here. So outside of that, he started making it very public and kind of make mention, what's the problem? What are the issues? And there's nothing wrong with that. I actually think it's great that he was very honest. He was upfront. he was telling people what to expect, what he's experiencing with the brand. And again, these things might hurt in the time being, but in the same breath, these things have really helped, because when things like this tend to go down, companies really take it serious and they really do their utmost best to rectify it, or at least to tone down some of the negativity. In the same vein, or try to fix it. So I haven't really heard too much bad press about Hypers moving forward, or any other Ducatis. You never know. It's a possibility that it trickled down to where, hey guys, we need to take this seriously. Once one guy's, because that's how most major companies operate. Once one guy is screaming from the top of the hill, other people will join and start saying, this is happening to this. You want to nip that right away and kind of handle it. So who knows? But to kind of wrap this up, this is not to kind of bash anybody. I'm just giving an objective criticism of the whole situation. Maybe the approach could have been different. But then again, I'm not there with the guy. I don't know. Maybe he did try a different approach and it didn't work. That was the final straw. So there's quite a bit to kind of talk about when we're talking about this exact experience. I don't know. It's just kind of hypothetically speaking here I'm talking about. But now, speaking from my perspective, I hope I'm never in that perspective, because it's a tough one to be in. I would do a different approach. I like to put everything out on the table first and really evaluate what I'm doing, where I'm at, what industry I'm in, how do I approach this, how do I find a solution, and what is the best course. Do I go completely public with something before finding answers, or before hearing people out? Maybe not. So it would be a whole different thing. I guess it's something we'd have to find out when I cross that road, but my approach would definitely be a lot different. But to this day, I don't even think he really rides Ducatis anymore. He's on a KTM Super Duke, which he loves. So that's awesome. All right, enough of that. Let me see what's next. So hopefully that was a pretty good little conversation here, man. Mike, Futuristic Viper mentioned, Mike, you should join the Jigsaw game. You know, it's so funny. I saw a Suzuki video today. I was watching that. I realized Jigsaw guys are very passionate about their bikes. I don't think they have the flair of having a bike that's super beautiful and drippy and everybody wants it. But the one place that Jigsaws tend to win, I think, they are very reliable. Everybody that talks about them, they just keeps going and going and going and going. It's almost like a Honda, you know, it's almost like a Toyota, whatever. You keep changing the oil, get new tires, whatever, spark plug, the bike is going to run fine. It's a screamer, of course. So, you know, that's what it is. Yep, I'm definitely getting a BMX, like Fernanda B mentioned here. Wilfred Cabrera. I have a QuadLock for my bicycle and motorcycle. I think it's the best motorcycle foam mount out there. I 100% agree that that it is the best mount that's out there, and I'm not just bullshitting. I'm not just saying that because I have their product. So just kind of want to do this here real quick. Man, it is really nice having really fast connection. That's for sure, man. Like everything just gets lit super quick. Yeah, that's one thing that I think that's kind of dope with QuadLock. Let me show you guys here. I don't know if you guys could see this. Reviewed by the best. So they've gotten tons of accolade by the let me see what we got here, guys. Yeah, they got tons of accolades by the Wall Street Journal, Forbes, NBC, CNET, Road.cc, Writer, The Verge, Bike Rumor. So they've gotten a lot of recognition. And I know a lot of people say, oh, they got great motorcycle mounts. Their stuff looks great, and I never break my phone. I really wholeheartedly believe that QuadLock's motorcycle mount was a Trojan horse for the ecosystem that they build with the patented dual locking technology. You can see they have stuff for your office, for jogging, for bicycles, motorcycles, even if you golf. They have, once you're in the ecosystem, it's like an Apple ecosystem. That was one of the chat that I had on the video. I did not include it because I didn't want it to run too long. But I basically cover, I guess we're doing it right here, cover how they created an ecosystem. People fell in love with it with the Trojan horse of the motorcycle mount. Well, initially it was a bicycle mount, even to the point you could mount a GoPro right below it. I still have that iteration. I thought it was clever. That's when I actually partnered with them, when it was a bicycle mount. And I didn't have a better solution for my bike. I was actually using the bicycle mount on my motorcycle, and I made it work. And from there, I think they really thought it through. Say, hey guys, we probably need to make, you know, an official motorcycle one. I'm not tooting my own horn here. I was one of the first people to be rocking QuadLock and talking about it, and actually even made videos about it. I was one of the first. And it managed to create an entire ecosystem that is incredible now. Now, once you're part, and this is why my feedback stood about the case. If you're making an entire ecosystem where you have it in your office desk, where you're going to work or you're going to meetings, you don't want to have this rubber case on here. You want to have something more sleek. Maybe it's leather, maybe it's carbon fiber, something that's a little bit more versatile in that sense. Everything else has evolved outside of the case. You're still using the same tech, but the looks of it and feel needs to be updated and it'll be a little bit slimmer. All right, let's keep it moving. I am a little bit back with the comments, guys, because I don't want to miss anything of importance. Oh, guys, I know if you're tuning in right now, definitely hit the thumbs up right now. Let's see where we are, because I could monitor the thumbs ups now. Yeah, if you guys are tuning in, you're watching, make sure you hit the thumbs up. That's going to help with the algorithm and help with the channel. So let's keep it moving. God bless you, brother. Best wishes to you. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, sir. That was by Hawks. Why did I say Hawks? Hawk 623 Prince. Let's see here. Go for it. Cool. Yes. Buy a BMX bike. I grew up riding BMX. Dude, I've seen some old photos of you on, I think when you did like some throwbacks, you used to ride ramps with BMX. That's wild, man. That's pretty cool. Let's see. It's almost like this. A futuristic Viper mentioned every time a motorcyclist have a bicycle, it never ends well. Yeah, man. You know what's kind of sad? That's how the Kentucky kid died on a bicycle. If you guys know, you guys might know who I'm talking about. He's a racer, of course. He did a huge promo for Ducati, which was beautiful for the Hyper Motard. He was ripping hard on that. That was beautiful. He is a legend, dude. His logo is like Star 69. His name escaped me at the moment, but really, really cool rider. Of course, same guy that was trolling me. He's just jumping with my face. I'm like, what the fuck? This is like so super weird. Just got recently vaccinated. What's your favorite motorcycle, and do you recommend driving a motorcycle without insurance? All right, so that's a great question. The insurance thing is a no-go, man. You don't want to. First of all, if you're buying a motorcycle, you're spending $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, man. You're a fool riding your bike without insurance. That's that. You're foolish, because you're gonna dip it, you're gonna drop it, or you might dip it by mistake in your garage or in your driveway or whatever, and then you're liable for the bike. So you want to have a safety net where someone else will have to cut the check for your bike if something happened. That's how I do it. So to answer that, my favorite motorcycle, damn, that's a tough one, man. That's really tough. That's really tough, man. I really like BMWs a lot, and yeah, I like BMWs a lot. I like KTM too, also. But I've had a bad experience when I test rode a KTM, which I was considering buying. But I like the look. I love the lines of the KTM setup. I'm just trying to think of how to explain this, man. So I do a lot of hand-drawn work and stuff. So I see a lot of those lines, very similar to some of my artwork and stuff like that. So I like that about KTM a lot. To a point, KTM had so much juice, especially in that time frame where I just spoke about Snowcat, where he left the Hyper for the KTM Super Duke. That bike was so lit. That was the talk of the town. That was the modern day Street Fighter, where the Street Fighter is right now. The Street Fighter is the bike everyone talks about. I was this close, but I love BMW, KTM. Triumph I like a lot. My biggest thing about Triumph, I'm realizing now, Triumph is becoming a little bit of a brand that's for either you're the super bike crew, you're talking about the R1, R1M and stuff like that, or you the hippie living out in Brooklyn, blah, 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 and you just started riding 6 months ago and stuff, and you got a cafe style bike, you like getting, it's becoming a little bit that. And I feel like they haven't made enough changes on the street triple and the speed triple to warrant this exact ecosystem. I feel like they're getting left behind a little bit. It's almost like when Ducati was doing the Monster 1200, 1200S, 1200R, and Super Duke was just whipping their asses. And then they weren't, the Monsters look great. People liked the look, the sound, the engine, everything was great, but they weren't as fast. That was one of the biggest things. They have the characters, they have the sound, they have the great look, but KTM was rocking Ducati for a bit, dude, where they weren't as fast. That was the biggest thing that everyone kind of spoke about. All right, let's keep it moving. There's a lot more comment here. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, futuristic Viper mentioned also, depending on what kind of bike you have. Listen, man, no matter what motorcycle you get, like I said earlier, get insurance on the bike if something were to happen. Trust me. You always feel like, I guess it's something when you're really, really young, you always feel like it's never going to happen to you, it's going to happen to someone else. Get the goddamn insurance, trust me. Because anything happens, you have to pay for it, unless you're comfortable with paying for it. You have to remember that it's going to be costly. Anything OEM, anything plastic, from OEM, those are going to be costly. So just be mindful. Just know exactly what you're doing. If you're okay with that, that's fine too. My biggest fear, I don't want to go to jail. Because, your boy don't like prison. So out here in New York, you're driving without insurance. You get pulled over. They're just going to lock your ass up. Especially if you're black. They're not even going to think about it twice. They're just going to be like, oh, you riding? All right, cool. Sit in the back of this car here. Hang in there real quick. Yeah, so that's one of them. Let's see what I got here. Let's see. Name your bike. Okay, so he recommended that I do name my bike. So if you're watching this later, hit the thumbs up. If you recommend that I name my bike, drop some names in the comment section or in the live chat. I'll name the bikes. Why not? We'll do that. That's good. I'm okay with that. I always felt weird about naming your bike though. Like, I don't know. Does everybody name their bikes? I really want to know this. Am I the odd person out? I'd love to know, by the way. Took advantage of the weather this week. Took a trip to East Islip. Oh, wow. Yeah, man. Islip is beautiful, dude. That's the Waspy area. They got all the money in Islip. Any places you recommend in Long Island? I'd recommend riding Dix Hills. Dix Hills is really good. But just watch out for the driveways. There's a lot of really rich people there, and their driveway is long as fuck, dude. You'd be pulling in. They have long sweepers that are beautiful, and then it comes out to like a long extended driveway to like a mansion or something like that. Dix Hills. What else? The harbor. You could hit some of the harbors. Those are really nice. What else? There's quite a few more. If I think of any, I'll just do a list and stuff. But there's a lot of really nice spots over here that you can ride. Almost to the point. Oh, you can go all the way out east also. You can go to the lighthouse. That's pretty cool. There's a lot. So actually, if you even want to link up to ride once the season come around, we'll hit some roads and get some food. I'm always game, dude. I'm not watching the game unless the Panthers are in it. Yeah, man. I think a lot of people share the same sentiment with the Super Bowl this year. They do not have some of the favorite teams battling it out. So I think they might have less of a crowd watching. So yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, if anybody have, since this is kind of like a huge Q&A, and I wanted to talk about me buying a bike, I did the thumbnail kind of in a rush. So if anybody have any good ideas and stuff, this is one of the things I'd appreciate anybody giving me feedback, because first thing first, somebody see to click the videos to watch. I'm trying to improve on it, but I could only do so much by myself. So let's see what we got here. Oh, scores up. Rams 13, Bengals 17. We'll take it, sir. Yeah, I love how everybody is dropping up the third quarter already. Any good commercials, by the way, in there? I think Anna's watching the games to watch the commercials, by the way. Hey, Mike, I recently saw a story how a guy bought a Volvo 3 decades ago. He went through 2 motors and transmission. Now he has reached 1 million miles. Holy shit. Now, the better question is, who is driving a Volvo? Well, that's one question. Now, who's driving a Volvo for 1 million miles? You know what? Shout out to that guy, all right? He knows. He probably has a huge net worth, by the way. Most people that does that, that's not blowing money on cars, because cars are depreciating assets. So I'm sure he has a big stash of money somewhere. So shout out to him. He's smart as fuck. Ducati's reliability and cost keeps me away. And from my experience, most accidents I've seen on the road has been on Ducatis. Not blaming the bike. I just think inexperienced riders gravitate because of the looks. All right, so then that's a lot to unpack, but we're going to do that together. First off, I'm not going to deny the reliability thing, but that's only an era of Ducati. I always tell people, if you're buying a Ducati right now, try to pick something between 2012, 2013 and up. All right? Not necessarily for reliability as well. Back then, some of those bikes suffered from oil leaks. I think everybody knows about those stories, and I think Ducati has done an amazing job revamping their brand, changing things around. I think where they could really win, in my personal opinion, where Ducati would really win. If you're watching this, my name is Mike. I run the Clutch First channel. That's my pitch. Send me a goddamn bike so I could talk about it and help you guys out. All right? Be fair. Nah, you guys don't have to send me anything there. I'm good. You know me. But they've done a really good job revamping the name and the brand. And some of the older bikes did suffer from leaks. I think they had some wiring issues. It's just the styling. But they've been brought out not brought out. They're owned by VW now. I think things are a little bit more streamlined. You could see it in a lot of the new bikes, the looks. It's a lot more organized. When you take the bikes apart, you can see the wiring, the harnesses are a lot better, less issues. I still feel like some of the older hypers do have some gremlins when regarding electronics. So I would tell people, just be mindful about that specific line. That's just my personal take on it. It wasn't just Snowcat that had some issue. I think some other people mentioned it. I've heard chatters also when I've visited dealerships and stuff. So it's not a myth. And again, I do love their brand. I do love their bikes, but you know, I'm gonna be honest about it. It's not a problem. That doesn't mean it's gonna change my skew about me loving their bikes and enjoying them. And the other thing that happens when we're talking about expense, those bikes are not too expensive. I think if you're considering buying one, you probably have the money. Okay, if you're visiting the dealership, you probably have the money. And if you're considering buying one, you don't have the money. You shouldn't be wasting your money or striving to do it and struggle. That's stupid. But that's a whole other story. I don't want to get too serious or personal, but I'm just saying. I almost had a blink there, but where Ducati, they're trying to remedy this as well. Where they have an area of opportunity is Desmo valve services. All right. So, for example, I have 3 bikes behind me. The Monster, I've done pretty much all of the regular services on my bike. I've taken it apart to the core. I know exactly how everything works, blah, blah, blah. Not a big deal. I don't do valves, okay? I don't do Desmo services. I don't do the belts, because if you get the belts wrong, you can blow up your engine. Okay, you could really screw it up. So the timing has to be correct. So very important you get that done professionally, or someone that knows it, or if you know it yourself. That's where the cost of a Ducati tend to go up, guys, in a Desmo service. So for example, I'll do the perfect example for you. It's going to be in New York. New York prices are always going to be New York prices, like LA. Probably Atlanta's expensive too. So we're talking about cost of living here is very expensive. Cost of having a shop here is very expensive. Paying certified technicians expensive. The overhead is going to be expensive. So you're talking about maybe $150 to $200 an hour for somebody to do their Desmo service. You might be looking at anywhere between $1,000 to $2,000. Now, if you love something, you really enjoy it, that might not be something that's too much of a problem. Hence why you see a lot of people, they ride their Ducati, they love it, enjoy it, they sparkly, they shine it, whatever. Once they get to that part where they're doing the Desmo, they go to the dealer and say, hey, mamma mia, I don't want to pay all this money to do the Desmo service. Give me the latest Ducati you have. I'm just going to trade it in. Get that a lot. Now it falls on the dealership. The dealership does the valve service. You sell it at a secondhand bike. Someone else walks in. Oh, wow, this major service is already done. I have another certain amount of miles before I use it. So you're starting to see a lot of those happen in the past. So my Monster, the valve service is every 8,000 miles. Would I recommend this bike to anybody? I love this bike. It's one of my favorite bikes. I've had a lot of great memories with my wife and I. We went a lot of places. I still have it here. I have it elevated. I enjoy it. You know, every now and then I take it out and ride it. That major service on that bike is about 8,000 miles. If you're somebody that loves riding, like me, I put a lot of miles on my bikes. You could be doing that valve service every year. All right. For me, I was doing mine every 2 years on the Monster, because we put a lot of miles on that bike. And they've gotten better. On the Hyper, it's 15 to 18,000 miles, I think, roughly. So they've doubled that. On the Street Fighter, I think it's even higher than that. Shit, I gotta check. I might be wrong. Don't flame me. Don't troll me. I think you might be 20,000, maybe. Maybe, I think. Oh, is it 18,000? I gotta check, but I'm nowhere near it. The Street Fighter only has probably not even 1,000 miles on it. So, but Ducati's also trying to remedy this, because they are doing, you see the new Multistradas, they have springs. They're not doing the Desmo. A lot of people are upset, blah, blah, blah. It's not a real Ducati. They are trying to work all levels. They're trying to make people happy, and they're trying to keep up with the Japanese lineup. With the spring, without the Desmo service, you could ride that bike to 35, 40,000 miles now, almost like a Japanese bike. And who actually rides that bike to 40,000? So I think you should be okay. Now, as for parts and all that stuff, you might encounter some delays if you're looking for stuff. You're waiting for it from Italy. From Italy, yes, because those bikes are not as mainstream. So it does pay if you have more than one. If you know, I haven't really had any issues where I had to put any of my bikes up where I had to wait for it. As for the crashing and stuff, I don't know, man. I've seen crashes on all bikes. Me personally, my last big wreck that I saw was all Ducatis, and it was like $300,000 worth. It was when I did my bike night. I went to a Ducati, and everybody got excited. And I brought the Street Fighter, and then we were going for pizza, and it was just like a huge how do you call it? How do you call those accidents where they're just like a pileup? It was wild, dude. It was like a Superleggera, a Stealth V4, a Speciale, and you know what I mean? It was just wild, dude. So I think out of all the people that was there, it was just this guy that was on the Diavolo. Nothing happened. My bike, nothing happened to ours, because I rode somewhat on the back and the side, especially if I've never ridden with somebody. Yeah, man, it got a little spicy. So everybody's okay though, but it was kind of sad to see all that. But that's why I'm leaning back to Japanese bikes. I think it's it's fair. It's whatever you like, whatever you enjoy. Again, my story with Ducati, guys, is a long one, man. You know, very early on, I'm like I always say this. I'm gonna do a video on this. It's just take a lot of time to kind of prep and plan them, like I mentioned a little bit earlier. Early on, man, this was kind of like a dream for me, like getting a Ducati. Again, started from the, we're going Drake here. Started from the very bottom. I didn't have the money for it. I didn't have any money for anything. I was pretty broke as fuck. Doing my lunch break and stuff after school, like on my lunch break, I would kind of hang there and see the bikes and stuff, go to the dealership. I got an internship at a art studio right next to the Ducati dealership. I spent most of my time just, like, I would go to work excited for my lunch break so I could go sit there and watch those bikes and stuff. So, just kind of make long story short. So that's been kind of one of those things. Maybe I'm kind of ingrained into it, but, God is good, dude. Look, I have multiple of them. I could pick as many I want. I could go and buy one if I want. So, just hustle, know what you want, and put your focus lens on. It's up to you. It's always up to you. Score 1620. All right, let's see. Gotta head out, fella. Gotta head out. All right, D-Nice, always happy, man, that you're here. Truly appreciate it, dude, man. You have a good night, sir. Let's see what we got. Donna's heading out also. I tour tomorrow, man. I appreciate all of you guys tuning in, man. Really, really appreciate it. I know doing the stream on Sundays, people have to work on Mondays. So I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. Whoever is here, it's really important to me. I don't say it a lot, but the channel would not be what it is without you guys coming in, tuning in, and watching, and giving feedback, and just chatting with me. So very appreciated, man. So thank you. Let's see what I got. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody's questions here, man. Gets embarrassed. A mentioned here I get embarrassed. Yeah, I'm kind of low-key. I kind of keep pretty much as much I can to myself and stuff, man. So anyway, so I hope you guys are having a good week, man. I mean, mine's pretty good. I can't even really complain. I'm just glad I'm able to produce more content than I am now, man. It's just been a long time, and I feel like I really miss doing YouTube. The struggle and the grind, probably not, but really just producing something and staying late working and then seeing the final product. It's like a slope, really, a wave. It's like you conceptualize, you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this. You stand there, you work, you do all the work, and then you preview it, you proof it, you upload it, you super excited, you're like, oh, this is so good, blah, blah, blah. And once you hit that upload button, it goes live, that peak of excitement is so amazing. And then you get no fucking views, and you're like, oh, and then it peaks back down, and then a couple of people comment, this will peak back up. I'm just messing, man. But yeah, it's one of those things, but I really love the challenge and just kind of really grinding through it and making it something that is going to be special. I wholeheartedly believe my channel is going to be very special, going to be very unique once it finds its place or its core audience, which I do have a core audience. You guys are here all the time. It might not be huge, but it's good enough. So, we're just going to have to expand a little bit. But I do feel like I bring something really unique, different, and it's going to get there. It's about time. Let's see what we got here. Futures are going Mike, Ray, you, and Honey Bun guys, or Cinnamon guys. Oh, Mike and A. Sorry, I think you wrote Ray by mistake. Okay. Mike and A. You guys are Honey Bun or Cinnamon Bun. Funny thing is, you asked that. I'm not a sweets guy, yo. I'm not big on sweets, really. I think A is a cinnamon bun person because we bought a box the other day. So when we were out, I was like, oh, what do you want? She wanted some, so I bought her those. So I would guess she would say cinnamon bun. Let's see what we got here. Any cruises in the future? Indian versus Harley. Any cruisers in the future? I think that's what you meant. Indian versus Harley. So it's a tough one, though. I think what Indian has done, Indian has lit a fire underneath Harley's ass so hot that Harley has really changed things around. They've embraced people that are doing social media, people that are reviewing their bikes, sending people on events and stuff. I see Indians doing the same thing as well. Yeah, a lot's going on between the two brands, but what I like with what Harley's doing, they're really spreading apart what they're doing. So before they were just known for that one style of bike, just basically lowrider S, a CVO, or the giant couch bikes. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a bad thing, it's just different style that people like. Harley's starting to stretch their legs with the Pan America. If Harley releases the Bronx, if they kept that name, which I think they really should have called it New York, that would have been dope. Or Street Fighter, they could have just called it, HD Street Fighter, Harley Davidson Street Fighter, something like that. That'd be kind of cool. With the Pan America, a Street Fighter, or like the Bronx, Lowrider S. Everybody loves that bike. Whoever's a Harley person, they gotta stick that as part of their lineup. Stop doing shit like just changing the color. Single disc brake, dual disc brake, please, Harley. That's awesome. Technology, riding modes, syncing to your phone. Start getting with the times. That's gonna be dope. That's also gonna help quite a bit. Indian is pretty much in that line. That's what they're doing. And if Harley's not careful enough, they can get outpaced by Indian. That's what I think. Let's see what he got here. NYC Street Triple. Any chance in the future you might do a meetup for your Sunday viewers? That's a great idea. A has already kind of mentioned that about doing a meetup. I just got to figure out a time frame when the weather's nice, and we can definitely do something, whether we ride or not, or maybe we could all link up. It'd be kind of cool, all link up at a spot where we all get food and stuff like that, and then even do the stream live. That'd be kind of cool, or something to that nature. I'm sure there's quite a few ideas. This season, I'm planning to do a few different things, man. Just driving the channel to where I want it to be. It doesn't necessarily have to be potential hardcore moto vlogs, because I feel like those get trailed the most. They don't really have a lot of legs. I don't know. It could be that it's me. For example, a lot of people's moto vlogs are doing really well. I think you have Fastlane D. His stuff is skyrocketing. He's getting views almost like Ebe, Chase, and he's only 20 grand, and he's 20,000 subs. So there is a place. I just think my stuff, my content hasn't landed in the pocket yet, or the right space, or so we'll see how that goes. So, but we'll definitely do things. I think it's a great idea. I think it'll be kind of fun to kind of hang out with everybody and stuff like that. Because realistically, I feel like my channel is definitely about you guys, more so about you guys than just myself. Futuristic Viper. Indians are nice, especially that Scout Bobber. Yeah, man, they have a nice lineup. They have quite a few bikes that are really, 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 really interesting, man. So I just want to kind of pull this up real quick, guys. I know earlier I spoke about this slightly, but I didn't get to it too much. It's the I spoke about thumbnails being like really, really major. All right, perfect. Let's see here. Just going to change that real quick. So there you go. If you're looking at my channel, which I need to update my banner, man. I think that banner's kind of sucky. But, it's more themey now a little bit. But I feel like it still needs work. I'm just kind of showing you the difference between them. I have a lot of videos. But the reason why I have this up, I want to kind of show you guys this. Let's do... if you go to Ebe's page, his thumbnails are pretty. See that? This is his latest thumbnails. Maybe I'm just missing a little bit of spice on mine. But you can see very vibrant, lots of colors. I don't want to have a very busy thumbnail, but you could see, again, I'm kind of doing this, guys, so you can kind of see. It's very important that you see who's doing well and how they're doing it, or at least learn from others that are doing really well. So it's like not a thing where I'm like just watching someone's channel and talking about it. I'm just saying how you can see the changes if you look through, His view count's 45,000 on that one, 27. You know, it's possible. It's just his thumbnails that are kind of doing it. But I'll show you another guy. His completely different, and that's what's strange. It's a very difficult thing to kind of guess or figure out. See, I'm just kind of show you this real quick here. Very vibrant, lots of colors. A little bit more busier. You could see a lot of his face in them. I feel like some of the ones where you could see him does extremely well. Like his latest here, 51,000. But I'll show you this real quick. I think this is cool. They're completely different. Let's just gotta do that here. So this is Chase's channel. Super light. Thumbnail, the title really cool, very clean. But you could see his thumbnails are very different from Eve's. Not as heavy. I guess in those it's kind of heavy with like text and stuff. Let's see here. You could see some of his first rides. They're very clean. This is a theme of just him and the bike, and they just always do well. So again, you could see a lot of different themes, man. So it's just, you know, YouTube is a school, man. I'm always in school, always learning, always seeing. I could pull up a couple of other people that's doing really well also. Oh, by the way, guys, just definitely hit the thumbs up if you're tuning in now or you're watching. Would really appreciate it. Helps with the algorithm. It'll help with the channel. If you're watching it after, leave a comment. So it's always helpful also. Let's see here. Yeah, so you could. I just pulled up the comments back up, man. I wasn't stalking your channel, Eve. I was just kind of using it as an example between the stark contrast between you and Chase and how vivid they are and stuff like that. So YouTube supports new channels, Mike. Let me see here. Let me see. That's why I'm okay. And Fastlane D gets views. Yeah, man, I've noticed that also. I meant to mention I think you pronounce it I'm okay. Not okay. I'm okay. I think I'm okay. I think that's like, I don't know. Whatever. I'm okay. But either way, his channel's pretty cool. Got really dope bikes. His content is cool. You know, I like Fastlane D's content more than okay's content. I'm not saying either one's better than the other. I feel like he has a nice variety, a lot of good pacing and stuff. It's similar to your content pacing. But I do feel like YouTube new channels, they're putting them at the top very quickly. They bubble up to the top a lot faster. I think it's working against me a little bit. The fact that my channel was in the chamber for so long and then it dipped out. I think it got pushed back even further, but I don't know. I don't want to destroy it and start over, so it's kind of tough to do this one. I was thinking of doing the whole year thing, spending the whole 2022 really just revamping, grinding, uploading at a higher frequency, and seeing. I think I could get it out of the rut. I really think I can, especially with what I've learned. So, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Hopefully, other people would think so too and subscribe. Okay, it has fake subscribers. Why would you say that? I think he has a pretty decent following. He has. I've seen his videos. I've watched them. This is not me knocking anybody. I don't feel like when I watch Chase's comments, I watch Eep's content, I watch Fastlane D's content, I watch Motornocity's content and stuff. Who else? There's a couple of other people I watch. You get this excitement level. I feel like their channel is more about everyone else, even though you're watching their experience. When I watch Okay, I feel like his channel is about him. It's really just, it's kind of hard to say this. I don't want it to be like a negative thing. It's just like, it's really just, look at me, look at me. It's almost like, I think that's what his is about, almost. But when I watch other people, Fastlane D has a feel on his video. It's like, yeah, come along on this journey with me, man. You're gonna have a good time. You know what I mean? Same thing. Eve gives you the same vibe. Chase makes his inclusive. Who else? Motornocities tend to feel a little bit more solo-ish a little bit, but his stuff is still good. I like his pacing of his work. Really good stuff too. Yeah. Why do you think that his subscribers are fake? And how would he get fake? I think he's like 250,000 subscribers. How do you get fake 250,000 subscribers? Actually, you know what? Let's pull this up real quick. I just want to see his view count. That tends to tell the truth about people's channels. If you have like huge amount, I think. Let's see here. Well, then you could tell me. Let's see. Let me see if I could do that quick. I don't know the name of his channel off the top of my head. Just gotta cut it here. I mean, just looking at the see, when we saw Abe's thumbnail, you saw Abe's and Chase's thumbnails and stuff, very different. His thumbnails really reminiscent of just like old school YouTube, like old school moto vlogging almost. 255,000 subs, so he grew 5,000 subs from the last time I saw his page. It's not even organized, which I get it all the time, where it's like, break it down to categories, make your channel more organized where people could see it, break it down into sections. His is not even done, and it's just still thriving. So it's just not a cookie cutter road for everybody. It's completely different. So let's take a look. Yeah, very old schoolish style of thumbnails, you know. It's almost like comic book style, like bang, boom, pow, blah, blah, blah. You kind of see it. But yeah, he's crushing the views, dude. 75,000 views, 48,000. Like, his stuff is just like lit. So who knows? Yeah, would love to hear what your take on why you think his subs are fake. I mean, I'd be pretty shocked if that was true. Let's see what he got. Fourth quarter, 16-20 Bengals. All right. But I don't think so. I mean, there's a thing called YouTube lottery. When a person hits the lottery, YouTube promotes that channel and puts their video in people's suggestions videos. Yeah, I've noticed. I've gotten some people that I'm not even subscribed to that their video does just populate mine as well. I mean, for me, it's not to blame YouTube or anything like that. I really think I dropped the ball in a lot of situations that that I could have done better. That I was maybe a little bit more naive. I'd love to do a stream where I just saw a name that popped up which triggered that. Eve mentioned here. Let's see, I'll bring that back up. I've seen people hit the YouTube lottery over the last 10 years. People like Jogo101, Snowcat, and others. So yeah, I'm either going to do a stream on this or do a moto vlog, but I think a stream might even be more interactive, probably even better, because we can all exchange information or talk about it. People like ZJ Motovlog hit 100,000, Downshift83, 100,000, Jogo101, Snowcat, 6'4" Honda. Everybody fell off the face of the earth. I think they're just, either they don't like doing YouTube anymore, which I kind of find hard, because 6'4" Honda made a whole career, you know, build his life with his wife with doing YouTube. So that was super interesting. I thought that was pretty cool. And he just disappeared. I'd love to hear like what happened to these guys, get people's opinion and as to why they disappeared and left the ether, and their channel was booming tremendously. So, but to go back to that, I think 100% I dropped the ball in some cases. So I remember when Eve was here last time, Eve and 5up, and we're talking, you asked me a very important question, and I answered the question. You said, I'm trying to remember it. I think about that all the time. You said, what do you want to do with your channel? Or where do you want your channel to be? Or what did you want it to be? I mean, I'll probably talk to you privately about that, but my answer was the wrong answer, I think. And I said, I want to show people what it's like to be in New York and ride in New York. That was the naive, like, answer that you just do what you like and you might be the next Casey. Well, it's really not. Where I'm kind of heading at here, guys, just kind of be a little bit clear. When you want something, make sure. Be direct. Know what you want. If you want your channel to be a career, you want it to be something that generates revenue for you, your family, or the lifestyle you want to live, be honest. Say, I want this. But in that same vein, I don't think that's what I wanted at that time. I know I wanted to do nice produced video, well produced videos that has great stories. That was my focus, and I'm like, oh, everything will fall into pocket if I do that. Not necessarily true. All right. Chase on Two Wheels gets a lot of word of mouth to new riders to Mike. Yeah. Well, Chase is another circumstance. I think Chase was on YouTube at the right time. He was one of the OGs, the originals. What's cool, I think, at some point Chase will be on the stream. He'll talk about it, and we'll talk about everything. I have been speaking to him. We talk about him being on the stream and stuff like that. So he's been on YouTube for a long time. What I think that's interesting with Chase, again, I always watch everyone and try to learn as much as I can from someone that's doing way better than me, or at least take away from it. Chase has managed, and I think Eve does this really well too. Snoo J did that too really well also, that Snoo J convert to doing just vlogs and stuff, which is okay, but he found his niche, he grew from there, and then he immediately exit left and did something else that's more mainstream, because I'm sure there's a bigger payoff doing certain things. I like motorcycles, I like doing motorcycle content, whether it might not produce a lot of big CPM where you get big numbers. That's out of the question. I rather look for other means of gaining revenue and continue doing that instead of doing like corny like life vlogs or whatever. But back to what I was saying regarding Chase. Chase has yearly revamped his channel. I guess either self-assessment or really took a hard look of what he's doing. That way people don't get bored, or people don't get like, oh yeah, this guy just ride with a bike. He's going towards of building a garage, doing a lot of media kit work, a lot of journalism, almost like Yami Noob. Yami Noob has becoming, he's slowly following the Revzilla media package route, I feel like, you know. So, you know, everybody has different lane, different routes and stuff. So I think it's really interesting. And I think it's super, super cool. And this is why I want to have different people on the stream. I think it's cool to kind of have a different outlook. Like, for example, when motovlogging was super huge, well, I think motovlogging is still huge. I phrased that wrong. In the beginning, when motovlogging was just raw and it was just huge and people were just doing really wild stuff to get big and stuff like that, people like Campese and Ebe has changed the way motovlogging is. Some people might say for the better, some people might say for the worse, but they've changed a lot. And I think Chase had something to do with that also, where the whole build series, I think he might have been one of the first, where he was trying to learn about building bikes, and then other people saw his idea and ran with it and magnified it, and, you know, doing it bigger and better, shinier, and they're just like, it's nuts, which is really cool. Again, I'm talking about all this stuff. This is not like to kind of shame anybody or talk about people making money on that. I'm just saying it's kind of cool seeing everyone different path to find success, and everybody's doing something completely different in the same place, which is super cool. And I think he revamps his, and yes, a lot of word of mouth by him. But where I think Chase really shine, he's garner the approachability and respect by a lot of major key players in the game. Yamaha, Triumph, Ducati, Harley. A lot of people are looking at his page. Yo, this guy could be the person we want to represent our brand. That's one of the biggest thing that he does extremely well, whether people like his thing or do not like his work. That you can't front on, and that you got to respect. Yeah, and talks about changing the space of motovlogging. Motovlogging was a thing where people ride in their neighborhood, ride locally, go to the mountains and stuff like that, where people talk about stories or, you know, talk about what's good or whatever, what's happening. Now it's a whole different thing, dude. You have these guys traveling, you know, Atlanta, California. They're dragging all their bikes around and going to making events. It's like what I'm doing is like, it feels super antiquated compared to what it is really about. You're seeing the likes of some of the new guys that are doing motovlogging. They're trailering their bikes down to Florida. They're trailering their bikes to Atlanta. They're going to all events and stuff. And I'm like, dude, I think I'm going to have to step this up and really either figure out getting a truck or a van to kind of really, because if you have to look at things in a wide range, You have to say, hey man, what I'm doing might not completely be working. Maybe this is the new wave. This is like moto vlogging / media press kit 3.0, 5.0. So I think that's a really cool thing. And then we'll definitely address like that shift on moto vlogging when we have some of these guys on here as well. Love to hear their thoughts. I'd agree, but if you see his comment section, there's always fake accounts or accounts from the Middle East, etc., whereas other channels such as Fastlane D has lots of interaction and foot traffic. Fair enough. This is going back to the conversation about Mokay's channel might be a little bit spotty regarding real subs and stuff. I never even thought about that. You know, I don't spend too much time on the comment section sometimes. Every now and then I kind of scroll through it to see, oh man, I know this guy. He commented something. Or somebody dropped a comment that I liked and I thumbs up or something like that. But yeah, that's a fair assessment, man. I mean, that's definitely fair. But to me, to say who's like real or not, but I think it's an interesting idea. I never thought about that at all. So Ebe thinks Mokay's content is horrible. Yeah, I think that the content is really kind of a little self-centered, maybe, or it's really all about him and his buddies and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know if I'd say it's just, it's different when you're watching people like taking you through a whole journey or going somewhere or there's an event. Oh, you know what? Oh my God, I just thought about it too. Suburban Delinquent kind of disappeared as well, by the way, guys. I noticed that too. He had a really hot channel. Very exciting. I liked his work too, but it disappeared a little bit. I don't think it's super as active, if you guys know. But again, I'd love to do a stream where we just talk about all of the people that had it like flying off the shelf. All of a sudden, they're gone. So it's kind of a change thing. Let's see what he got here. Horrible. Let's see what he got here. Let me see. And because he hit the lottery, he's not compelled to put forth the effort. I'm assuming he's referring to anybody that's doing really well, that already instantly are doing it. They're not trying as hard. I think in my case, if I did hit the lottery, that'd be awesome. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna front about that. That'd be really cool. But one thing that's happened is all the time that I'm grinding to kind of make it happen has really helped me improve everything. Now, you've mentioned this to me also about pacing. Oh, you're taking too long from the beginning. Too much of this and too much of that. Now, it's like boom, boom, get into it kind of thing. So I'm doing all these proper steps. But again, I think I'm digging out of a hole. So, you know, when you do that, it's a little bit harder. And I'm okay with that. But it's definitely helped a lot. If you watch my content from before, you're watching it now, you can see some of the improvements. So let's see here. Fastlane D puts in the work and deserve his views and subs and more. Yeah, I agree, man. He's going up and he's coming down to PA. He's going to New York. He's grabbing bikes. He's filming the content. Great energy also. So, you know, that's another thing, you know. So, and he has good camera presence also. It's a good mix of, you know, he's doing drone. He's doing vlog style into it and a lot of riding and riding with people, which I believe this year I'm going to do that as well. I'm probably going to go back to a little bit more group rides, having that be part of my channel as well. Hopefully that will help. Who has global reach? Let's see, who has global reach? Oh, I think he's talking about Mokay. Maybe because he has global reach. It's possible. I mean, this is all hypothetical, guys. You're not seeing his analytics. You don't know who's watching him. Every now and then when I upload videos or streams, I get 1 or 2 fake accounts commented on it. I usually block them or delete them or something like that. But who knows? It's kind of tough. On Instagram, I could say people have some people might have fake followers, but YouTube's pretty stern when we're talking about fake accounts. They tend to remove those pretty quickly. Moto Madness has global outreach, for example. Mokay really looks like an Instagram account with fake commenters and followers. Oh man, this is getting deep. Maybe I should shoot him a message to see if he want to come through on the stream, but I don't know. I don't know him from here to Cali, so that'd be kind of a stretch. If anybody want to see him on here, you want to drop him a comment or a message, let him know we'd like to have him on, and so we talk and really talk about his content and stuff. That'd be great. I'd love to hear everyone's perspective. I think he's a model. He said he's a model. That's how he attained all of his bikes and stuff, which is kind of cool. There are ways to buy subscribers, views, and comments. The Ace family got exposed for it. Holy shit, there's like a whole underbelly of YouTube I don't know about. What the hell's going on? Oh, man. Okay. All right. Yeah, there's a whole underbelly that I do not know about. Me. Here I am here grinding, digging a ditch like, hey, man, I got to get this work done. I got to get this going. Meanwhile, people are just like checker jumping me. Like, I don't know. I'm just messing. Here's what happened, Mike. Those guys obtained almost or more than 1 million subs. And the young audience grew up and were no longer interested in their content. Yeah. Oh, you know what? It's possible, you know. But here's one person, Jake the Garden Snake. His content, I think, tend to be a lot of very youthful, very energetic, very 16 to 18 viewers, right? Which I think is still very impressive because getting a younger group to watch your content is very difficult. I've never really had a young group watch my content, but since I started doing YouTube Shorts, I've gotten 16 to 18 groups are watching my channel now a little bit. So I'm seeing small little increments. So with the Shorts, 16 to 18 to 21 are watching my channel. So that's kind of cool. At least the Shorts. So that's a nice little opening. They didn't unsubscribe, but they stopped watching. Those guys' view counts went down to the point where it was embarrassing to make a video and get 5K views with 1 million subs. Well, that's the thing I think that's interesting about what I just talked about. People that are not staying stagnant or changing, growing. If you're not revamping, YouTube is not like a one ticket, like I'm winning forever. I think if you're not changing, grow, like your channel, you started doing SmackDowns only. You started doing Bike Bull series. You're traveling through the US. You're doing press runs. And then you just got a new coat of paint on the page, your thumbnails. This constant revamping, this one thing that I think you do well. You know, it's going to help a lot. I think some people, if you get comfortable on YouTube, you get left behind kind of thing from what I'm noticing. Those guys quit making videos and got a job. Wow, that's kind of, I think it's kind of, so it's super interesting. I mean, I guess they're probably not very interested in doing YouTube because I think, I hate saying I think. Every time I speak, I say I think. It's like so dumb. I know it would be way cooler for me to wake up one day, have breakfast, go to workout, walk my dog, and then go to a studio where I shoot products or review gear or something like that and have the rest of the day spent with my family, or travel, go to the MotoGP, instead of going to a 9 to 5 every day. But then again, it's different from everybody else. Also, I think what tends to happen, there's probably, I guess, going to be a lot of people probably going to watch this and be upset because I'm mentioning a lot of people and talking a lot of shit and reading comments. But this is what it is. Everybody's adults. If you can't contain your own feelings, it's your problem. I think in a lot of cases, some people don't know how to, they might know how to get a lot of views. They might not know how to do viral content, but they're not good business people. Outside of doing videos, outside of doing YouTube or uploading videos, blah, blah, blah. I think you need to be a decent business person. Oh, man, you know what I just realized? I forgot to turn on my hair light. Hopefully I still look good. Probably. Most likely I still look good. I'm just fucking around. I think a lot of people have no idea or know anything about business. I think outside of getting a lot of clout and a lot of views, a lot of subs, a lot of people do not know how to convert that into dollar signs. So that might be another thing that's interesting to talk about if people want to talk about. So, Futuristic by Mike, did you watch Knight Rider channel? That dude was insane on 2 wheels. Yeah, Knight Rider, I've seen his videos. I actually like his, Knight Rider's channel. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he's still uploading. I actually commented on Knight Rider's channel, and I was like, hey man, you want to give me some feedback on my channel? And he was like, I don't like your shit. So that was his feedback regarding my channel. So he didn't find my channel very interesting. But yeah, he's had a lot of really good conversation while riding, but his channel is very traditional moto vlogging, like shit talking or speed runs. I think he had an Aprilia Hayabusa at some point, and I think he might have been one of the black guys doing moto vlogging, but he never showed who he was and stuff. But I don't know if he fell off the face of the earth or if he stopped doing YouTube. But yeah, I used to watch his channel, but I don't think he uploads anymore. I haven't really seen anything. And I did, because when he was doing well, I tend to do this often. If people are doing well, someone's doing well, I'm like, hey man, take a look at my work. Let me know what you think. What I could do any better. And I think he was just like, I don't like your shit. So that was my constructive feedback. I mean, it's cool. It's all good. Not everybody's gonna like your stuff. I don't take that very personal. You should come to our big motovlogging meetup in May, Mike. Where is that gonna be? See, the thing is, I want to do some of those things. I'm looking into getting either a van, because I want to do the whole traveling back and forth through the U.S. and just upload. I wanted to upload the hyper and the hyper and then the super bike on a van, and then because I was telling Steve that I'll come up his way also, and then just kind of travel around. So these are all potentials. I'm trying to, because I don't want to rent a U-Haul tow thingy. So I was looking for some trucks, and lo and behold, these fucking vans where you could, because I want to convert it. I don't know if you guys watch Rich Rebuilds. He did a beautiful conversion, which I thought was really dope. I was gonna put 2 bikes in there and kind of go around. I'm like, yo, I gotta join the circuit where these guys are doing this, because either you get with it or you get left behind. And I'd be able to store the bikes and then go to a hotel and put the truck into or the van. And by the way, these vans are like 35. I look at a Sprinter van, it's $35,000 with the crazy up marks right now. But I partner with someone that's kind of guiding me, letting me know, look for a fleet van, like an Amazon fleet van. Once they've hit like 50,000 miles, they have to get rid of it. But they're very well maintained. They're in good condition. You could get that and gut it and do a project and then build it. That's a potential project I'd love to do in the future. Yeah, but I am absolutely planning to join you guys and kind of start bringing those bikes along and just networking with everyone. I think staying in your own city is probably a death sentence. A death sentence. NYC Street Triple. This is going on for about 2 hours, guys. If you are tuning in, you're watching this a lot later, definitely hit the thumbs up. I am enjoying talking to you guys and reading the comments, so I don't mind sticking around a little bit longer. But usually it's about an hour. So yeah. Sorry to be off topic, but is there a year you recommend for a Ducati Monster? Looking to get a Monster myself. Okay, if you're looking to get a Ducati Monster, the newest one, not my favorite, but it's supposed to be light, supposed to be easy to ride. I would recommend that one just because I'm not a huge fan of it. I'd recommend getting a Monster 1200S. Probably, I was thinking actually getting one of those bikes just to have. I love the sound. The engine is strong. It's slightly slower than the Super Duke. But trust me, I don't think you're going to miss anything. But that bike is dope. Sounds really good. A lot of mods. A lot of aftermarket parts available for it. Desmo valve service is going to be almost 20,000, 18,000 miles. So you don't have to worry about doing it as often. Just do your oil change. It should be good. I actually really like that bike a lot. It's one of my favorite bikes that Ducati did out the Monster lineup. So do that. If you can, get a 2016 and up. 2015, 2016 would be dope, I think. You should be okay with that. I would recommend getting my Monster. That Monster's really old, very dated. The valve service is pretty frequent. For me, it's just that I did a lot of work on it, and there's a lot of memory I have with my wife riding that bike, so I kept it. But yeah, don't buy that bike. See, if you choose Mike, are you gonna get a van like Psycho Cruiser? I'm definitely getting a van. Probably gonna be a tall one. I was thinking like a Sprinter van or something like that. That'd be kind of cool. Get it wrapped, do a wrap job on it. That'd be kind of cool. And do like some chalks where the bikes could go in and stuff. Man, I'm actually super excited about it. I'd be like working and I'd be looking up like conversion vans and stuff, because I think you got to get with the business, man. Everybody's traveling, everyone's bringing their bikes around and stuff. I'd love to go to Tail of the Dragon. I'd love to go to how do you call it, the Snake. Right, I could probably do Mulholland and stuff like that. I think because for the summertime, I mean, I usually work a lot in the winter, and I take like as much time as possible in the summertime, so it'd be a lot of nice time to travel and stuff. Norman, Bengals, baby. I guess they took it, huh? Check your IG message, by the way. Psycho Cruiser is the man. You know, it's so funny. Not a lot of people like Psycho Cruiser. He's been doing his stuff on his own. He doesn't really network with anybody. He doesn't really get involved with anyone. He's really kind of a loner when it comes to doing content. And I could respect that. He's not rocking with anybody. I mean, it's up to anybody, you know, everybody to rock the way they want to rock. But personally, I feel like you would grow faster. You would gain a lot more by teaming up with people or partnering with people that knows way more than you. I mean, isn't that how life works, right? That's what I think. But yeah, he's been successful on his channel. I think he has what, 400,000 views, 400,000 subs now, or 300. I'm not sure. But yeah, he's been doing this for a very, very, very long time. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah. Oh, finally got through most of the comments, guys. So yeah, man. But definitely enjoying the stream. I guess you should call it a night, unless you guys want to kind of chime in and throw in other things. I think there's a lot of gems in this stream. Actually, we got to talk about a few things that I've been jotting down his comment where people have gone, like some of the guys that were doing extremely well. You know, the Joe Goes, the ZJ Moto Vlogs, the Snowcats, and the 6'4" Honda. What else? We'll talk about some of the issues with Ducati in the past. I think this was a really cool conversation to bounce back and forth with you guys, to be honest. And I think the best platform to kind of do this is when we're on a day like this where there's no guests, because I always felt a little bit hesitant when we have someone on to kind of push those topics to them, to kind of squeeze them to talk about it, which is completely unfair. If you're going to talk about something that might be a little bit controversial, be your own man, be able to stand on your own 2 feet and say what you're going to say. If somebody has something to say back to you, you got to be able to take it. And it would be a little bit unfair to kind of be like, hey, so what do you think of this one guy that's a complete asshole? You know what I mean? That's kind of, then you're creating drama between one person and another, which is completely kind of unfair in my personal opinion. So yeah, definitely tons of gems tonight, I think, in our chat. Anywho, guys, if you are tuning in later on in the stream, you're watching this after, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Always appreciate it. If you're not part of the live chat, make sure you drop a comment down below. I will reply to you afterwards. Not a problem at all. And yeah, man, truly appreciate everybody tuning in every Sunday to do this with me. That's one of the biggest thing that's kind of like a motivator to continue my channel, even though it's been super difficult. Finding something that's new to do, that's interactive with people, has really helped me a lot. So thanks to you guys. I'm like, if you ever go to the Isle of Man TT, have a stream. I should have a stream there. Huh. Could you imagine me going there? I never even thought about that, but that'd be kind of a cool thing to do. I agree. That'd be kind of cool. But I think a meetup locally out in New York, because right now the demographic that's watching my channel is mainly the United States. I have a couple of European people watching my channel also. So until that kind of spread, it'd be kind of tough to spread my channel thin. Right now, the focus is really as much American public as possible, because that's where the base is for now. Yeah. So anyway, guys, thank you all for tuning in. Really, really appreciate it. Like I mentioned before, Check out my latest video. It's not one a super exciting video. I know reviews tend to not do ridiculously well. They tend to slowly build up and stuff. Would appreciate you guys to leave a comment and hit the thumbs up. Thank you all for tuning in, for sharing your Super Bowl night with me. Truly appreciate it. Hopefully you guys enjoy the stream. If you're watching it after, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.